Hi guys, my name is Hari Krishna. Today I am explaining some important interview questions on JavaScript. Initially, first question is what is node.js? How does it differ from other server-side technologies like Apache or PH? Node.js is a runtime environment that allows you to execute JavaScript code on server side. It's built on V8 JavaScript engine and is known as for its non-blocking events driven achievements, unlike traditional server-side technology like Apache, which uses languages like PHP, Python, or Ruby. Node.js is single-threaded and asynchronous by default. This means it can handle a large number of concurrent connections effectively without the need of creating a new thread for each connection. Node.js is particularly well suited for building real-time applications and scalable web services. And the next question is what is callback function in Node.js and why are they commonly used in asynchronous programming? A callback function is a Node.js is a function that is passed as an argument to another function and is executed after the completion of that function. Callbacks are commonly used in asynchronous programming to handle tasks like reading files, making network requests, or executing database queries. Node.js releases heavies on callbacks to manage asynchronous operations because JavaScript itself is a single-threaded and callbacks allows you to perform tasks without blocking the main thread. This synchronous nature is crucial for handling multiple I/O bound operations efficiently. And another question is what is the purpose of package.json file in Node.js project? Can you explain the key properties found in this file? I have already explained this in a previous response. The package.json file serves as a configuration and data file for the Node.js project. It includes projects like name, version dependencies, and more to define the project details, manage dependencies, and automate various tasks. The next question is explain the difference between require and import statements in Node.js. When and why would you use one over the other? In Node.js, you can use both require and import statement to include modules in your code. However, there are different use cases required. This is traditional way to include modules in Node.js. It used common JS syntax. You could use require when working with the Node.js modules or packages that use common JS. Import this is a part of ECMS script module system ESM, and this is used for ES6 modules. Would you use import when working with ES6 modules or when using a bundler like Webpack that support EJS module syntax? The choice between require and import depends upon the module systems you are using and your project compatibility requirements. In modern project, using import for the ES6 modules is preferred. Another important question in interviews are what is middleware in content of Express.js? Can we give an example of how would you use middleware in an Express application? Middleware is an Express.js or the function that can provide or modify incoming HTTP requests or outgoing responses. They are executed in a sequential order, allowing you to perform tasks like authentication, logging data, validation, and more before reaching the router handle. There are many examples of using middleware in Express application. Initially, we have to import the Express.js and assign it to a variable, and we have different methods to use the middlewares as app.use, request, and server requested, etc., and mainly next function. And another important question on APIs: what is RESTful API and how can you create one using Node.js and Express.js? Explain the main HTTP methods used in request API. A RESTful API, representational state transfer, is an architecture style for designing networked application. It used as a set of constraints and principles to create a scalable and stable web services. To create a RESTful service API using Node.js and Express.js, you typically define routers and use HTTP methods to perform CUD operations. CUD operations means create, read, update, and delete operations on resources. The main HTTP methods used in the RESTful APIs are get method, post method, put and delete methods. Get method used for retrieving data from server. Post method used for creating the new responses on the server. Put used for updating the existing resources on the server. Delete deleting for the used for the deleting resources on the server, and it is very useful method to create APIs. Another important question on npm: what is the purpose of the node package manager, and how do you use it manage dependencies in a node.js project? npm is a package manager for node.js that helps you to manage project dependencies, publishing the packages and run scripts, and it allows you to easily install and update the libraries and tools required for your node.js project. To use npm for the managing the dependencies, you typically create a package.json file in your project directory, list your dependencies in the dependencies or dev dependencies section, and run the npm to install them, and npm will fetch the required packages and store them in a node modules folder. And the final question on what is the important to hash passwords in web applications. Password hashing is crucial in web applications for the secure reasons. When users create accounts or login, their passwords should not be stored as in plain text in database. Instead, passwords are hashed before storing using cryptographic algorithms like bcrypts. The importance of the password hash includes security, means hashing the passwords ensures even if the database is comprised, the attacks won't easily obtain the user's plain text. Protection text again rainbow table attacking. Hashing prevents attackers from using the pre-computed tables or hashes rainbow tables to crack the password. Salting. Hashing library often includes the use of unique salts for each password, making it more difficult for attackers to use the pre-computed tables or brute force attacks. In summary, hashing is a fundamental security practice that helps the users to protect their password or other unique credentials in case of data breaches or unauthorized access to the database happens. Okay, thanks friends.